Welcome back to another episode of Planet Nomads. In the last episode, we got our vehicle stuck out here without any sort of anything, really. And we don't really have that many options in getting this energy back. And I've done the math. In order to run this vehicle, we're going to need 260 watts of power to power just all of this stuff over here. And it is yelling at me for basically everything. So what I think we're going to have to do is make a change to our vehicle, because obviously we can't use these compact things anymore, and really they're not that great for handling anything to do with energy, to be honest. So what we're going to have to do, I think we're going to take a step back on all of this stuff over here. Our biomass generator isn't going to sit exactly flush with anything. So we can do that. We can throw our compact battery. That's not a compact battery, that's a winch. Okay. We should be able to throw our compact battery over here. Throw some biomass in here, because our biomass does last us quite a while. I haven't figured out how to do any of that. I mean, like, that's already going to give us an hour of power. This right here is going to give us an hour and a half of power. So what we can do on this one is we're going to connect as many things as possible to it. So we got 195 of 250. We can't connect the other thing. So what we should be able to do is connect our lights, which are not very critical, but will take us to 215. And then we're just literally going to use this battery right here to power this last tire right here. And that should hopefully... I don't know why that took damage. This should hopefully get us home. This is starting to really drain our resources. So we're going to go ahead and GTFO out of here. It looks like it's going to be pretty difficult to drive with this giant biomass generator on top, because we can't really see anything anymore. So it looks like we're going to be doing everything from the cockpit view, which is probably what they would prefer. I wish this stuff down here actually showed a little bit more than what it does, but can't win them all. And it looks like for some reason our water runs down extremely fast. I think it has to do with thermal...
My sensors show you are slightly thirsty.
It says we still have thermal malfunction even though we're inside. I guess it has to wear off or something, but I know, like, in real life, like, you have to have you have to be hydrated in order to survive in the cold and in the heat, because that's how your body regulates your temperature. Regulates it through something to do with water. I'm not 100% sure what, because I'm not like a biologist or anything. But I know being hydrated does play a key, especially in heat, but also in the cold, of just keeping your body running, because it has to stay at a certain temperature, and when it doesn't really like it, and you start to die. So we're going to try to get out of here as quickly as possible, because I don't really want to stay here that much longer. My goal would be to get home in this episode. I don't think that's going to happen, because we are quite a bit away, even though we did most of this in one episode. I don't know if we could necessarily get home in one episode. But my goal is at least to get to a better environment within one episode. And we're going to try to drive as carefully as possible, because we also don't want to wreck our vehicle, as we are getting very close to. I don't know if driving this way is better for stability, because, like, you can see things up close. but we're trying to get through this. And I saw this little
You are
pass right
becoming
here.
tired.
We're tired. All right, we're taking a sip of our last bit of water. So now the pressure really is on to, I guess, get out of here, because other than, because like we're going to have to probably resort to maybe drinking some toxic water if we can't get home in time. I don't know how long it should take us to get there. We already have shaved. It looks like, I can't read it. It looks like it says 5. Hopefully it says 5. I think we've already shaved like 3 kilometers, which is going to be very nice. But, oh shit. Might say 6. I don't know, because they're like stacked right on top of each other. And I can't really change that at all. Wish I turned like navigation to the drop pod off or something at some point, just so it would confuse us a little bit less. But I don't know. I think the next time I build a vehicle, though, I'm going to really build it to be stable and not quick. Because in this one, I just basically wanted something that was really cheap and could drive, because I didn't really expect to go super far. But I think if we're going to ever venture very far out, like to the point that we're, you know, like circumnavigating a globe, because that's something I want to do, I'm going to build a very, very stable vehicle. And this is the first ridge I think we went over, so after that I think it's pretty flat, which is going to be a nice relief, because doing this hilly stuff really isn't fun to get over. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I knew Forza Motorsport was going to come in handy at some point in time. Oh, come on, come on. We can stay balanced. We can stay balanced. And also, I mean, it's going to be a lot easier to get around in the next update too, just because we're not going to have as much to deal with anymore, because all the caves are going to be gone. It's going to be very weird looking at the Planet Nomads world without not any of that stuff. We're going to eat, drive. Oh, we're only 4,000 or 4 kilometers or whatever it is away from our home now, which we move quite fast. Even though we're crawling up this hill, we do move fairly quickly across this terrain. But I don't know. I've been playing around with the idea of doing like the circumnavigation thing, just because I wanted to be like a little, what was his name, Magellan, and kind of be like, oh, I'm the first person to record a round trip around Planet Nomads, and I kind of want to ask what you guys think about that. That'd be something you guys want to see, because it would be something little more special than going through all this. 'Cause I know I already don't want to do the whole like record absolutely everything over again, because we've already gone through the starting little bits twice already. I don't want to do that a third time in the near future. Like if this game ever blows up and it's really highly demanded, might give it another go. But for the time being, I'm not going to do that again. Kind of want to focus more on like doing things rather than, or getting things done rather than doing things, in a sense. All right, we're starting to get back into familiar territory. This is about the area. I don't know like exactly where we're at. I wish I did, but this is getting fairly close to where we started mining originally, as the game saves and completely scares the shit out of me because you can't control your vehicle when it's saving. I know kind of where we're at just because of the biome. This biome was like kind of in the middle between the tundra biomes, which kind of indicates where we're at. I think we're going to be exiting this biome a little bit in a slightly different area than we were before. Well, I can kind of see where we were running into issues before. Although, it looks like whatever was taking down our energy has been solved, and we're not going to have to worry about, I guess, dying of thirst or starvation before we get there, which is a little promising. But I will be glad to be back home. Alright, we just crossed the 1,000-kilometer or whatever, not kilometers, oh my god. Alright, so we just passed the 1,000 mark, and we're actually getting down to the normal numbered units of getting there. So we're extremely close. I think I can start to see the end of this biome right around the corner. Unfortunately for us, this last couple hundred meters, feet, whatever, I guess yards it'd be, is also the most difficult just because of the Swiss cheese nature of this area. So kind of see I can see our familiar trees again. We're not seeing those kind of more evergreen things. We're starting to see, I guess, the dishes or whatever they're called, trees. And our vehicle's stuck again. But have no fear, we're close. Alright, so we crash landed back at home. And I don't think I'm just gonna leave it like this. Honestly, I really don't want to winch this again. But luckily we crashed in the last like 40 feet to our house, so that's good. We loaded everything into this side of the containers. And I think we might have actually lost a bunch of stuff. Did we? Oh no. When we moved our containers around, we lost a bunch of silver and aluminum. No worries. We had a halfway decent haul. We didn't get that much, actually. Got some uranium, which was something I really wanted. No xanite, so it was kind of that trip was kind of a failure in terms of what we got, but it was a fun experience nonetheless. Or at least I thought so. We're gonna craft some more of those. And we are finally back home. We were gone for, I think, a total of like an hour and a half or so. So it's nice to be back in our house. Because honestly, very easy to miss. Very easy to miss the stuff we have here. So what I want to do, the last thing I want to do is just kind of empty everything into our containers and probably call it an episode. I'm not sure what I have planned for the next episode just yet. I think what we might have to do is just go south. But that's going to be yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I really want to head south because that's going to be a very long trip because we went 8,000 whatever's that way. And we are pretty far in there. And 4,000 south just takes us to our drop pod. So we're going to have to go at least 4,000 before we even get to anything. And as you can tell by the state of this vehicle, I don't think it'll last. So that being said, what do you guys want to see, honestly? We can start going that way, but I don't know. We could also build on to here. So it's up to you guys. Let me know in the comments below what you want to do. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.